So, I've been promising this story time for a while, so I'm just going to jump right to it. I have been dealing with a crazy situation for just about a month now, and all over adopting a cat, another animal. So, a friend of mine asked me if I would adopt another pet that really needed a home. And I was very reluctant at first because I kind of got a lot going on at home. And I just thought it would be a bit much. But I knew that the cat really needed a home. The owners offered to buy his food and pay his vet bills for a period of time. So I was like, okay, we'll see if this can work. The cat was owned by a nice couple, but they didn't agree on keeping the cat. So partner A, black woman, was not in favor of keeping the cat any longer. Partner B, the white woman, really did not want to part with the cat and was having a hard time letting go. And I know you're probably wondering why I'm specifying race or color, but I'm doing it for context, and that will come up a little bit later. So, the first time we were supposed to meet for us to get the cat, it didn't happen because partner B just did not want to part with the cat. So we arranged for another time and day. About a week later, I went to their home. Just to try to make them feel comfortable, to try to do what was best for everybody at stake. And India went with me because she was very excited about getting this cat. So when we went to the house and saw the cat, and I thought it was a kitten, but it was actually an adult cat that's about the size of the cats that we already have. He really didn't take to me or us. In fact, he might have been outside when I first got there. So this is when I found out that the cat was used to going outside. The cat was not trained to a litter box, which was going to be both of those things were going to be problems for me because I don't let my animals outside. I don't let the cats go in and out. Indoor cats are indoor cats. And he had never been to the vet at all. So this was going to be some work. Nevertheless, I was serious about taking it on because I had already made a commitment. So they gave us all the stuff. They had lots of things for the cat. They actually had a cat house. They had blankets. They had a carrier. They had food and all these things. So we packed up all that stuff and we got ready to go. And partner B, again, had a hard time parting with the cat. And she asked if I would send pictures, keep them abreast of what's going on. I assured them that I would. I do my best to do those things. So we came on home. And when we got to the house, the cat had a hard time really adjusting, but we gave him his space. The other animals weren't bothering him necessarily. We let him out of the carrier, and he pretty much went up under the chair and stayed there for a few hours. After a few hours, I went and got him from up under the chair. He kind of growled a bit, but he still let me touch him. He let me pet him. I had already heard from partner B. By that time, I sent her a picture and just reassured her that we're trying to make him comfortable. I took his house and put it out on our deck. I wasn't comfortable with letting him just roam outside because I was concerned that he could get away. So I put him in the house on the deck. But when it started to get dark, I brought the house back in. And just kind of hoping that he would wander around and get used to the environment. So that's how we ended night one with the cat. So long story short, the next day, I looked for the cat and I didn't see him, but I wasn't immediately concerned. We have 3 floors in this house. I was like, he might just be finding his way, getting his own space. About halfway through the day, I walk into the living room and I find we have like a small window air conditioned unit close to the ground in the living room because we have like ceiling to floor windows in the living room. And I looked, and in the little insulation part, there was a cut um, in the screen, if you will, just like a big cut. And I thought for a second, oh my God, how did this get here? What this has never happened before. But it was big enough for a cat to escape. And after looking all over the house, me and India searched all 3 floors, everywhere, we could not find the cat. Meanwhile, I knew that partner B would be contacting me again, just seeing how the cat is doing and what's going on. So I didn't say anything the rest of that day. We looked and we looked and we tried to find him. And I, just said to myself, he really didn't want to be here. He scratched through this thing and got out of the house. And it really concerned me because, I do have other animals, small cats and dogs, but nobody followed the cat. I got some duct tape and I patched up where he had gotten out. And then I made a hard decision to let both partner A and partner B know that unfortunately I think the cat got out. Now, they were saying it was an outdoor cat anyway, so I'm thinking, he'll maybe he'll be back or whatever. But we looked around the property, didn't see him, didn't hear him anywhere close by. I contacted them, and of course, they wanted to run over and see if they could find them. Mind you, I have just about 5 acres. It's like 4.65 acres of land right here. But I gave them the opportunity to come and look. And by that time, they had decided, well, we have to find him. And if we find him, we're going to take him back because we really need him. He's important to us. And that was already kind of weird because you gave the cat away. So now you're saying, I'm like, fine, I don't want an animal that doesn't want to be here. That wasn't the whole thing. But it just became weird. I understood that day them wanting to come and search for the cat. I searched for the cat. I wanted to find him. I didn't want him to be lost, but it was apparent that he didn't want to be here. And from that point on, it got really, really weird.